Creativity in Learning, Helping Students Think More, Study Better, and Improve Grades, video number 4. My name's Lisa Jones Bromfield. I'm a nurse, I've been a special education teacher, and I'm a musician. I've created a CD of songs called Groovin' in the Hippocampus, Songs to Learn Anatomy and Physiology by, but more importantly, I'm a good student. The reason that's important is because as a good student, I had an opportunity to help some struggling colleagues in nursing school. I learned some interesting things about the different ways that good students and struggling students study and learn. And I'd like to share some of those with you so that you can become a better student. Are they smarter? Are the people who get better grades actually smarter? Think it all has to do with genes, brain size, or luck? I don't think so. I think there are some successful actions that help people do well in school. Study wisely. Study wisely. When preparing to study, make sure there are few distractions, including significant others, television, radio, or loud noises. Be comfortable, but not so comfortable that you're going to fall asleep. Surround yourself with the reference books that you will need to study. Any books that complement your text, your notes, or that you would like to use or have used as a reference. This is very important because part of being a good student is looking up things that you have forgotten, or that you don't know the definition of, or that you don't understand. So have your books ready. Study wisely. Lastly, before you begin studying, remind yourself why you are taking this class. Is it a requirement to get into a program you really want to do? Did you choose this class because you thought it might be interesting? Are you taking it because it's part of a program you wanted to be in? Are you taking it because your best friend asked you to? Are you taking it because your parents made you? Whatever the reason, and especially if it's a reason that means you chose to take the class, remind yourself why it's important to you to do well in this class. Find some reason that helps you allot some of your precious time for this class. If you have no good reason to do it, you probably won't. So try to find one before you start studying. Choose to do well in this class. In-depth studying. Don't cheat yourself. Waving your eyeballs over the words in your textbook or notes will not help you on a test. Even if you glanced at 20 pages and you get to check that off your task list for the day, you haven't learned anything if you really haven't read and thought about it. Check your understanding. At the bottom of each page, stop and ask yourself what you just read. Ask yourself if you missed something, if you have any questions, or if there was something in there that you would benefit from looking up from a previous chapter or in one of the reference books that are sitting right by your side. If you can't answer about what you just read right after reading it, you're not going to be able to answer it as a question on a test. So when you come across a word you don't know the meaning of, a reference from an earlier chapter that you don't remember or don't understand, an explanation that doesn't work for you, look it up. Figure it out before you continue. Look up words, ideas, or connections that you don't know, don't understand, or don't remember. If you skip over things that you don't understand, you will not really understand the rest of the sentence, or the paragraph, or the entire section that you just read. When you study in depth, by that I mean look things up, go back to a previous chapter, remind yourself why this new fact is relevant, or answer a question that comes up in your head, you are making solid connections that will last longer. Think about what you are studying. Study wisely. Would it be better to come away from 1 hour of studying really knowing 5 things, or vaguely recognizing that you probably read about the thing you are now being asked to give an example of on a test? Okay, so get out your flashcards. Flashcards are nothing new, but instead of just memorizing the fronts and backs, try these ideas. If you are studying a physiological pathway or any series of steps or chronology, make cards for each step and place them in order. Pick 2 cards at random and work at it until you think of some connection between them. Anything. It can be really wacky. Just think of some connection between them. Place your cards into groups of related things or ideas. Again, anything goes. Think up a category that there's at least more than one thing in all of your cards that can fit into that category. Place everything you can think of in that category. Come up with another category. Come up with an opposite category. Or be traditional about it. Put all the things that belong in one group in an outline together. Put things that belong in another group at the same level of organization in another group. Show you know the card in the traditional way of knowing what's on the back by looking at the front, but then ask yourself or your study partner a question about that thing. Think. Bring your own take on life to studying. Make funny or unusual connections with your flashcards. Make up jokes about the topic. Share your bizarre connections. Be looking for the interesting in the topic. If you're actually making jokes about things, you must be thinking about them. Just as you must actually be paying attention to your friends or loved ones to improve your relationships, you must be paying attention to your study skills, your intellect, and your mind to improve them. So get out there and pay attention to your studying, to your class, and to your life. You can find more interesting information about becoming a better student at my website shown on the screen. Happy learning.